Hi everybody, my name is Ashley Hetrick and I'm an educational services representative with Usborne Books and More, and I just wanted to introduce you to our group and let you know a little bit about why I am here. I started with Usborne 3 years ago and it has absolutely changed my life and given me a direction that I didn't ever think I would take, which has been a really big blessing to me and to my family. It is a direct sales company, so sometimes people see that and are like, oh, I don't want people to sell me things. But I want you to know that the reason why I sell these books is because I've seen the difference that it made in children. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it with my own kids. I've seen it with kids that I've met at vendor events and things that, have really had an impact on kids local to me and even in other states. But my biggest desire right now is to get these books to kids in my area and get a good customer base. And I really believe that customer service is so important to a business. So because you have allowed me to be your book lady for however long it's been, whether I just met you at a recent event or something, or you're a friend anyway, before I got involved in the books, either way, I enjoy knowing that I have loyal people that, come to me for books. And I know everybody knows somebody that sells these now because it's becoming super popular. Even though it's a 30-year-old company, the business has just grown so much. Even in the 3 years that I've been in it, I've seen so many changes. And, there were a couple of times in there where like shipping wasn't going well, or we had some growing pains when the company was expanding. Right now, I could order a book today and have it within a week. Usually it's like 4 or 5 days. It does help that I'm closer to home office, which is in Tulsa, but that doesn't help the hoarding addiction. I always have books with me. I always have books on hand. So if you are local to me, or even if you're not, there's a really good chance that I'm going to have something if you need a last minute gift, or if you just want to come stop by my house, like make an appointment with me and come see what I have. I am definitely not a book expert by any means, and Usborne is kind of like, I'm kind of pigeonholed into that. I don't know a lot about many different other kids' books other than the ones that I read as a kid. But my mom always had books around, and my dad. But my mom was really into books. So that hit home with me when I first started this company. It really is something that if you have books around, it's going to benefit your children. So I want to help you do that. And whether you do a party with me or you come do like a personal shopping thing, my thing is I don't want to pressure you, because I hate when people try to sell you stuff and they're like, oh, you can only buy this, blah, blah, blah. My deal is I want you to get something good for your kids. And if I can provide that, like, that's honestly my new mission in life, I swear. I have these tools right here from baby all the way up to early high school that I can use to inspire kids and help them actually enjoy reading. I even got to a point in my life, especially in middle school, where I get so wrapped up in being social that I didn't want to read anymore. I thought it was boring. It didn't interest me. And now being able to have children and have these around, when we get a shipment, first of all, I know my UPS people pretty well now because they come up a lot to my house. Sorry, Casey. Secondly, having this available, like my kids, if I get something else delivered to the house and it's not books, they think it's weird. I may have a problem. Actually, I do have a problem. We get new books every 3 months. So I cannot help the fact that when I see a new book, I need to hold it in my hand and get it to you. That I could have so many worse problems, guys. So I don't think that's too bad, right? Right? Okay. But luckily we have moved to Concordia, Kansas, and I now have a space for all of my books, and they're not just sitting in boxes, and I have to like guess what I have. I try to keep a running inventory, but honestly, like the books you see behind me are all for sale. but I do so many like events and just, you know, if the kids are bored, I grab a book off the shelf and we read it and use it. So, I mean, do what you gotta do, right? But I can guarantee you that, yes, there are other amazing books out there, but this is one place where you're going to find something for everybody. I am not a salesperson. I don't claim to actually be a salesperson because I don't feel comfortable with that. But if you hold one of these books in your hand, you're going to know why I continue to do this business. Another thing that I want you to know about me is that I really like giving back. I really, really enjoy that. I don't do this for the money. I mean, the money is great, and I love that. 25% discount is pretty awesome. Being able to provide my kids with really high quality books, super awesome. Working for a company that gives a 50% replacement plan if something should rip or tear or whatever. Nobody else does that I know of, and we do that because we want kids to, you know, take the book and enjoy it. I mean, you might steer away from like a cool pop-up book like this, but first of all, the paper that we use is high quality paper. It's not as likely to rip. I mean, you're going to have a kid that rips it, but I don't want you to shy away from buying one just because it is something that, you know, that could happen. It's going to happen anyway. We would rather, you know, provide something for you at half price. Oh, I love this. This is the coolest. But like, really, if my dog sees this, he's probably going to want to chew on it. I pay half price, just like you do, to get a new one. So that is something that we offer that I don't think you could find anywhere else. And I am excited to do that for you. So even if you bought the book from someone else, if they're no longer in the business or something, let me know and I will help you replace it. So basically, I think that's kind of a synopsis of what I do and why I do it. And I also want to add, my mom passed away 2 years ago and she had COPD. So we knew it was going to happen. It happening was kind of sudden, but we knew it was going to happen. So in that respect, it, you know, whatever, you can't really plan for it. But what I do want you to know about me is that I have found ways since she passed away to give back, which is by doing fundraisers every summer in July. I do, because grief is a really hard thing if you've lost anybody, especially like a parent or sibling or somebody super close to you. You know that grief can kind of take over sometimes. And for me, sometimes I think that my mother just whispers little things into my ear, allows me to see something in front of me that I might not have seen previously. But my mom, one, was an amazing person. And if you did not get to meet her, I am sorry, because she was just this spunky little feisty, awesome woman that I miss very much. But, you know, I wanted to give back because my mom did so much for me and so much for the community. And I watched her work her tail off for so many years, you know, making sure she did what was right. And for me, like, she was able to see me start this business and promote in the business, and she was super supportive and really excited for me. So when she passed away, she didn't want a funeral. She actually wrote it in black and white in a little book that said, like, no funeral, no big elaborate party. So instead of having people send flowers, which Mom kind of didn't like, actually, Dad was a gardener, or Dad is a gardener, I guess. And she just didn't like flowers because they die. And so she was kind of a practical, like, black and white kind of person. So anyway, instead of flowers, I had people donate money, and then I gave books back to the places that helped her in her last week of life. So like the hospital at Stormont Vale in Topeka, and the hospice house in Topeka, that she was only there maybe 24 hours, but they just reached out and did all those. People did so much for us in our time of need, and, you know, during the last few days that we had with her, I really felt compelled to give back to them, because I know that's something that my mom would have loved. I mean, like, knowing that kids can get books kind of in her honor, I know for a fact she would have been so thrilled about that. So that's what I do. That's why I do what I do. And there are tons of other reasons, but those are the main ones for me. So if you are doing business with me, I want you to know that those are the things that drive me. I'm not driven by the money or the promotion. I'm driven by you and this product and doing whatever I can do to get these in your hands and help you make your kids excited about reading. So you've heard enough from me for now. It's like 10 straight minutes of talking. I really don't like doing videos, but I feel like you should probably see my face, my tired, very tired face. 3 boys and a puppy will do that. But I just want you to know that I'm a real person and I'm here to help you. So thank you for listening to me ramble. I will try not to do it very often, but I appreciate you being a part of my business and I look forward to helping you in the future. Thanks so much.